Patrick Carmody, everybody.
When I was 6, I tried to shave and I cut my face into ribbons, and that's my explanation. I'm sticking with it. Guys, the changes that I dreaded most was going from being a happy-go-lucky teenager in college to suddenly being expected to pick what I was going to do with the rest of my life. I hated the question, what's your major? I would just make up something, political engineering. What are you going to do with that? Fix elections. I wonder if Superman always knew he was going to grow up to be a newspaper reporter. I figure he had a lot of options. I didn't. Every part-time or summer job I ever had told me what I could not possibly do as a career. I was a horrible waiter, a lousy construction worker. My father would pick me up from these job sites because I didn't drive, and he'd pick me up, and one time I got fired, and he pulls up, and without thinking, I jump in the back seat. My father's a huge man. I was a very quiet kid. I'm sitting in the back seat, and we drove home in silence. My father kept adjusting the rearview mirror to glare at me, and I kept sinking farther into my chair. It was a 25-minute ride of silence, the longest 25 minutes of my life. We get home, my father's bedroom and my mother's bedroom is above mine, and I could hear the whole conversation. My father was, so he gets in the car like I'm his chauffeur. I'm driving Miss Daisy home. You know why he got fired from that job? He's a security guard. He locked himself out of the building he was guarding. You know how they found out? The police were called because somebody was breaking in the building. You know who it was? Me. So he gets me a job that no one can screw up, working in an amusement pier in Atlantic City, New Jersey, Central Pier. Now, has anybody ever played the milk can game? You throw a softball into a milk can, try to get in the top of the lid. I was working there in the beginning. Now, these are games of chance. The chances are snowball's chance. I'd see maybe one person in 2 days get one in. Because the lid looks really wide, but the hole is just a little bit bigger than the ball. And they teach you to just drop the ball right above it. And I was so good, I wouldn't even have to look at it. I could do it behind me. So I'm working the game, and a biker comes up, biker as in motorcyclist, biker comes up with his whole crew and his family. He spends about $30 to $40 at a quarter a throw trying to get it in. His crew is giving him a hard time. Go, you stink, and they're yelling at him. Meanwhile, his kids are like, I want the monkey, I want the monkey. They're pointing at this big doll. I want the monkey. Now, I wish I could, for the sake of the story, describe the bikers' kids, like they're little mini-me bikers. I don't remember that. All I remember thinking was, wow, bikers have problems too. So what happens is he's losing all his money, and then he says, let me see that ball go through the hole. And I go, sure. I go, boom. And he goes, and all his friends go, and I turn around and look, and the ball is stuck in the hole. I climb up and start trying to punch it through the hole. It's not working. We're on a pier. There's no back to this. We're over the water. You can see the ocean underneath you. They start shaking the whole thing. The only place to go is the game next door is the water gun game. I burst through there. The guy there has a microphone. I grab the microphone from him, and I yell for help. My boss comes. He gives a big prize to the biker and sends him on his way. And he says, I'll see you in the morning. And I'm going, oh, God. And I go in the morning to meet him, and he goes, look, I was going to fire you. But the water gun guy freaked out after last night. He quit. He goes, can you talk on a microphone? And I was terrified. I was scared of public speaking. I was a quiet kid. And I go, sure. I didn't want to get fired again. So I have this microphone. And I'm standing in front of all these people. And the people roam around the amusement piers like zombies. They're just walking around. And you're supposed to get their attention. So I start explaining the water gun game to them. I say, look, this is a water gun game. You take a gun, it shoots water out. It goes into a clown's mouth, and the balloon on top of his head gets big and pops. The first person that pops the balloon wins the game. There's a winner every game. And that phrase connected with me. That's right. There's a winner every game. You could be the biggest screw-up in the world. You could have been fired from every job, embarrass your parents, be dumped by your girlfriend. Every time some adult says to you, these are the best years of your life, you cringe. You can win at this game. So there's a winner every game. So it's a quarter to shoot the water, step right up, pick up a gun, have some fun, drown a clown, pop a balloon, walk on the moon. And they came forward to me like, brains. They came all up, lined up there. And then the game starts and you're like a racetrack announcer. And you go, it's balloon number 7, balloon number 8, balloon 7, 8, balloon 7, 8, here's 13, 7, 8, 17, and then the balloons all pop. And you have no idea which balloon popped first. And you just pick one. 17 is the winner. 17, 17. And they're jumping up and down like, they're going crazy. Like they won the Olympics, they're going crazy. And they go, we want the monkey, we want the monkey. And they're jumping up and down. And I give them the prize. And they go, what the hell is this? This is a red plastic piggy bank about this big. And then I point to the sign. The more people to play, the bigger the prize. So what happened then, I'm about 4 or 5 feet away from the player. They take the pig and wing it at me. This hits me in the head, and I step back. Then the loser says, my family's all going to play now. I'll stake up quarters for all of them. So they all line up. So now I have half the game are people playing who have a grudge. So the next game I'm playing, half the people are not shooting at the clown. They're shooting at me. So they're all shooting at me, and the thing is, I really wish I had paid more attention in science class, because I'm terrified whether I'm going to get electrocuted or not. So I'm standing like this, going, it's balloon number 8, I think, and balloon number 7, and I'm trying to block the shots as they're shooting at me. And then, at the end of that game, I give them the pig, and those people wing the pig at me, and it starts this terrible cycle of violence. By the end of the day, I'm walking in a bay of floating pigs. It's all the water and the pigs. Now the good thing is, by the end of the day, people were so enjoying, like vultures, so enjoying this setting, that we started giving away big prizes. They all lined up, and I was giving the big prizes, and I was so happy to be able to give a big prize. And I go, here's a prize, you're a winner, and I feel good for making you a winner. Not addressing the other 19 people. You're a winner, here's your prize, and they run off and they're happy. So I go downstairs, and my father's waiting for me. And I walk up to him, and he's outside the car. And he says, what the hell happened to you? Now, I forgot I'm covered with pig bruises, and I'm soaking wet. He said, did you get fired? I said, no, I got a raise. Now I'm reflective now. Tonight's my birthday. Go ahead, come on, get in. And I'm reflective. The birthday I share with Anne Hathaway, Ryan Gosling, Neil Young, and Charles Manson. So you astrologers out there, go run with that. I have 3 kids. 2 of them are here tonight. And they're all at that age where they have to decide what they're going to do. My daughter's in college. She's a junior, undeclared. Shocker. They're all at that stage they have to decide what they're going to do in their life. And I came to a realization just recently that as tough as it is for you to make that decision, it's harder for your parent. Because your parent has the extra anxiety of, will my child find their path? Will they be happy? And will I be there to see that? My father wasn't. He never saw me get a career or a family. So in retrospect, this conversation I had with my dad getting in the car means a lot to me, because it was my baton of hope to hand to him to say, I'm not going to be a screw-up forever. I gave him that, and I proceeded to describe this story to you, just like I am now. And I was so excited, and I was proud of every pig bruise. And I told it to him, and this was my father's reaction. At the end of it, he goes, so, you took that microphone now? I go, yeah. And he goes, you used this newfound skill to convince people to give up their hard-earned money under false pretenses. I go, that's a little harsh. I said, I wouldn't say that. He said, I would. And he said, and these people, do they like you for doing this? I go, oh no, they don't like me. No. But you like doing this? And I go, yeah. And he starts up the car, and he sighs and laughs at the same time. And he says, "Oh my God, you're going to be a lawyer." Thank you, Carmody.